Hello again. In this section, we will be going over les déterminants. Les déterminants, there's a few of them, but in this course, I would only like to focus on two of them. I find that they are the two that we use the most frequently. Déterminants définis and déterminants indéfinis. So, as you can see on the board, I chose to start with déterminants définis, and then later we will go with indéfinis. So, les déterminants are the small word that comes before le nom. And if the noun, so the nom is masculin, singulier, then the déterminant will also be masculin, singulier. If le nom is féminin, pluriel, well then the déterminant is as well. So I will show you what the déterminants définis are. These are the déterminants définis. So as you can see, it is le, l'apostrophe, which is the apostrophe after the L, la, and les. Simple, okay? Now, this in English is the. Okay? So, le or l'apostrophe is masculin, singulier. Le is always masculin, singulier. Okay? La is always féminin, singulier. Now, you might be confused because you see l'apostrophe in both rangées, in both categories here. And I will explain that in 1 minute. But first, I just need you to recognize that it can be used for masculine or singulier. And finally, les is always pluriel. So les means that there are two or more of the nom. For example, here we have le crayon. Okay, crayon is masculine, so it's masculine. You just cannot change that, which means that if we want to say the crayon, the déterminant has to also be masculine, okay? We are only talking about one crayon right here, so that means it has to be singulier. Again, that is why we put le and not les, because there's only one crayon. So this is also masculin singulier. If you haven't caught on yet, the M stands for masculin, the F stands for féminin, S singulier, P pluriel. Okay? So here, le crayon, the crayon. We are talking about one crayon, okay? One pencil crayon right here. Which is why we would say le crayon. We don't use la because la is féminin and crayon is masculine. Now, if we're talking about multiple crayons, okay, multiple pencils, maybe we're talking about 2 pencils, 3 pencils, 4 pencils, or a whole pack of pencils, okay, we are talking about 12 pencils. Now, this is how we would write it. We would say les crayons, okay? So, again, crayon is always masculine. That doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the nombre, which is now pluriel, because we have 2 or more. So anytime you have 2 or more objects for the nom, then it becomes pluriel. I added the S because we can no longer use le or la, because those are singulier, and we need pluriel, which has to be les. So we say, if in English we would say the pencils, we add the S because there's more than one, and in French we say les crayons. As you can see, the S is, we don't pronounce it. We write it, we see it when we read it, but it's just les crayons. All right, good job. How on earth can the l'apostrophe be masculine or féminin? Well, like I had mentioned earlier, les noms is all, or sorry, are les noms are always either féminin or masculin. You just can't change it. And I know you said you can refer to the déterminant beforehand, but if it's à l'apostrophe, that's not enough information. So hopefully you just know it, or you can use a dictionary, you can Google it, and just practice it. Now, when would you use le and when would you use à l'apostrophe? Let me show you. So you're probably wondering, how do we know when to use à l'apostrophe or le, or again, à l'apostrophe or la? Well, let me show you. Now, this only applies for déterminants définis, okay? So when you're trying to say the, not a, the. Okay, I'm gonna give you the word arbre, which means tree. Arbre. Okay, I'm telling you right now that arbre is un nom masculin singulier. So, now that we know this, we know that right here, the déterminant is either going to be le or à l'apostrophe. Okay, if we put le, I is a vowel and A is a vowel, okay? So le, the last letter of the déterminant, is a vowel, and the first letter right here is also a vowel. Again, the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, okay? Sometimes Y, but right here, A, E, I, O, and U. So when you have two vowels that follow each other with the déterminant défini, doesn't work. It's just non-existent. So we replace le with the l'apostrophe. So instead of saying le arbre, we would say l'arbre, okay? Same thing for O, okay? Water, O. Here's how we spell it, E-A-U. We don't say le O, because if we did, we would have two E's together, okay? We would have this. Again, two vowels. Nope, we don't want that. So we just do l'apostrophe and we say lo, okay? So that's when to use the l'apostrophe and when to use the le or la, okay? Now I'm going to test you. Okay, chaise. I'm going to test you now. So I'm going to give you a word that we had already seen in the previous lecture, and I will have you add the déterminant in front of the word. So the word I give you is chaise. Chaise means chair, in case you have forgotten. So I want to say the chair, okay? I'm telling you right now that chaise is un nom féminin singulier, okay? It's a nom féminin, and I'm only talking about one chair, the chair. So which word would you put before chaise? Well, you know it's féminin singulier, not pluriel, so we're not gonna go here. It's not masculin, it's féminin. Okay, two options, la or l'apostrophe. You always first go to la, okay, or le. We do not have two vowels, we keep it. We simply say la chaise. Now, if I'm talking about the chairs, can you please go get me the chairs? We would say what? I'm giving you a couple seconds to think about it. The chairs. We would say les chaises. And add yes because there are more than one. Les chaises. Great job. Let's go on to the next set of déterminants, which are les déterminants indéfinis.